Thank you for turning to page 121. Menzoberranzan in Greyhawk. Why, that's blasphemy. Nah, I know Menzoberranzan was originally written for Forgotten Realms, but this box set from 1992 is just too gorgeous to leave sit. I played the realms for a bit in the 90s, even into the very early 2000s, concurrent with my Greyhawk campaign, but I decided I didn't want to be in the realms anymore. I came back to Greyhawk exclusively in the early 2000s. My Greyhawk campaign never went away. I just ran some side games in Forgotten Realms. But one of the things I loved about Forgotten Realms was Menzoberranzan, most famously the birthplace of Drizzt Do'Urden, the famous overwritten Drow elf of R.A. Salvatore's books. And we get a nice look at his city here with some clips by Drizzt himself. So there's the back of the box. This guy retailed for $30 in 1992. Not cheap in 1992. The contents of the box were Menzoberranzan, Book 1, The City. Yes, you got a real nice look at the city. And as important as the look at the city, the power structure of the city, all the reigning houses in the service of Lolth. Now, interestingly, Lolth in this set is Loth, L-L-O-T-H, instead of the Greyhawk approved L-O-L-T-H. And I haven't been able to find this anywhere as I researched this, but I seem to remember that when Forgotten Realms came about, they decided to make Loth, L-L-O-T-H, Lolth in their universe. I don't think it stuck because Lolth is Lolth in Forgotten Realms, but in this box set, it's spelled L-L-O-T-H. Interestingly, I have not been able to find this box set on DriveThruRPG. I was going to put a link to it, but I can't find it. So this was Book 1, and it had a nice look at the city. Then we have Book 2, which gave us an even better look at the houses. The houses in the city are mentioned as far as the hierarchy and how the city is run, but here's the actual deep dive into the houses. We get to see many of the famous Drow houses, Bainray being, the foremost house in Menzoberranzan, and we get to really enjoy a look at these, plus some NPCs from the houses. So this book is very good. And then we get Book 3, which is The Adventure. We take a look at Menzoberranzan, The Adventure. It's a nice adventure written exclusively for this set. And it's just a nice adventure. I never ran it, but I do remember enjoying reading it. Then we look at the House Do'Urden Retrospective, containing the collected works of Drizzt Do'Urden. And these are from the R.A. Salvatore books. And they're Drizzt has little captions at the beginning of a lot of the chapters in those books about how the Drow are and how he pities them and they should come out to the light and see things his way. So there's a lot of stuff here. House Do'Urden, interestingly, falls in the course of the Drizzt Do'Urden books. And the house is defeated and destroyed, and Drizzt is the only one of his family that survives, although I think one of his sisters came back. Like I said, in my opinion, after the first 3 original books, which they began with Halfling's Gem, the Crystal Shard, and then we have the Homeland trilogy, I didn't really think much of the Drizzt books after those 6. And now we get a lot of cardstock stuff to look at. We get Matron Mother Kawillis Milithor. We get a nice look at the power of House Milithor. She is an 11th level priestess of Lolth, L-L-O-T-H, as I said. Loth, although again I will continue to say Lolth. And then we get a look at Marcarius Milithor, the elder boy of House Milithor. And we get a look at Narcelia Milithor, the elder daughter of House Milithor, sorry. She's 7th level priestess. This guy looks like Jalaxel, but he's not. It's Torin Milithor, the second boy of House Milithor. And then we get Dariel Akrontain, adopted son of House Milithor. That happens. If one house kicks somebody out or is destroyed, another house may take them in if they have skills that are needed. Sarsillan Milithor, second daughter of House Milithor. I'm betting this guy's the house mage. Quertus Milithor, the house wizard. He's only 7th level. This is not a very powerful house, even by early 2nd edition, yeah, early second edition standard. 7th level magic users, not much. And then we have the dwelling of House Milithor with the backside. And then we get some house females from House Nurbanus. These are some NPCs. They're the house males. And then we get Battle Maze that goes with the adventure. Battle Maze 1. Battle Maze 2. And then we get some surface dwelling major characters. Front and back. These were very nice. I like the cardstock stuff that came with this edition, or this era of books, boxed sets. And now we get a massive map of the city itself. And I'm not going to be able to show the entire map because it's 4 big panels that you have to put together. But the legend is the main thing I want to show on this one. That would be the legend for the entire map. And then the map itself is right here. And all the setups. The reason I have elected to put this in Greyhawk was, very honestly, it's too pretty a set not to. I loved this set when it came out. I thought it was one of the best things TSR had done in a while. And I really didn't want to just waste it once I left the Forgotten Realms, so I said, well, the heck with it. I moved it to Greyhawk, and in a moment I'll show you where in Greyhawk I put it. Now we get a nice poster of House Banray, the ruling house of Menzoberranzan. There's a nice depiction of the house itself. I love these poster maps. These come out when we're playing Drow or we're in a Drow city for whatever reason. And by the way, Vault of the Drow is still very much alive in my Greyhawk. It's just another Drow city with Menzoberranzan. There's another piece of the map for the city itself. And then we get the final map, part of the map. As soon as I get it undone, there you go. So put together, these pretty much cover your table, and you have an opportunity to have the players know exactly where they are on the map. Kind of the old "you are here" maps at the mall. And now we get a nice look at the city power structure of all the major houses. This little poster gives us a look at who ranks over who in Menzoberranzan. So I was like this one too. So if I'm doing a game that involves some of the house struggles, I would go ahead and I would pull this map out. And then the final poster in the set is a poster, literally, of the cover art to the box. And if I was younger when I got this set, believe me, this guy would have been on my wall. I think this is a gorgeous poster. I would have hung it on my wall, but I was in my 30s when this came out, so I didn't do that, what with being married and all. And then the final thing in the box you got for your $30 was a Genie. Go online with Genie and get more. Yes, early online ordering stuff. I hadn't even been online yet, but there it was. The Fall 1992 Winter Catalog and the Consumer Response Card. So that's what you got in your fine box set for your $30. And then so this was very nice. It was very worth getting. I was still reading the Drizzt books at the time. I was still enjoying them. I felt this was a very worthy purchase. And as I said, I played in the Realms throughout the rest of the 90s, and even a little bit. I think I left the Realms in 2000 or 2001. And I just said, you know what, I don't want to split my time anymore. And I was only doing the Realms about 30% of my games. Greyhawk had always been dominant. But I thought, well, the heck with it. I'm just going to go. So I went ahead and I moved Menzoberranzan, as DMs are wont to do, and I put it in Greyhawk. And in a moment, I'm going to put up the Greyhawk map and show you exactly where I placed Menzoberranzan. Okay, here's a partial map of Greyhawk. This is from the Ashes box set. I think it's from the Ashes. And I want to show you where I placed Menzoberranzan. The city of Greyhawk, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. City of Greyhawk sits right here and a lot of my campaign is around Greyhawk and Furiandi. So I went ahead and I put Menzoberranzan right beneath the Aberalls, which is a set of mountains that butts up against the Cairn Hills and is near Mauer Castle. And that way I had a Drow city not too far from Greyhawk, not too far from the Bright Desert, which is right down here, and over by the Ernst lands. It just gave me an opportunity to kind of put it centrally located, and then anytime I wanted any kind of Drow whatever, I had it handy. I had it handy to Hardby, I had it handy to Greyhawk Divers, Furiandi, the Neardiv, the Cairn Hills, and the Aberalls themselves. So that was where I decided to place it. The Vault of the Drow is set over here, I believe, beneath the Barrier Peaks. I didn't really research that, but I believe it's beneath the Barrier Peaks, so it's on the other side. So I thought it was kind of neat to put a major Drow city not too far from Greyhawk, and that's what I did. So that's all I've got to say. I just I feel anything that you can port over to D&D, you should. I've used many things that weren't official D&D sets. I've used third-party stuff in D&D since I've played D&D. It's just, I don't know, I think the game lends itself to that. So that's my take on Menzoberranzan and where I placed Menzo in my campaign. I've had a player character, Drow or two, come from Menzoberranzan and come up into the Greyhawk area, and their backstory is very similar to Drizzt. In fact, my wife has a Drow character. She started in 1985. Darrell the Drow, she calls her. And Darrell started in 85, well predating Drizzt Do'Urden by 2 years, and had basically the same backstory. Rebelled against her house and came to the surface to find a better life. And when I told my wife about the Drizzt Do'Urden book in the 87, I think is that when the first one came out, she said, "Hey, wait a minute, they stole my idea." She was right. So there you have it. That's it for today on page 121. I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and comment. Subscribe if you haven't already. And remember, just because it was written for Forgotten Realms or some other place doesn't mean it can't be in Greyhawk. See you next time.